Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. We're out on this exterior perimeter cleaning today, and we got the Vacuuboom going. So I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to show you guys the Vacuuboom in action. You guys kind of got introduced to that yesterday when we were doing the Build Your Own Reclaimer series, the build. Showed you that Vacuuboom on the ground, but we're actually using it today, so I thought I'd show you that. What we're doing today, basically the scope of work is from the first story walls, and there's a bunch of glass awnings too, down and then out. And then they only want us to go to like where these planter boxes are. Like, we're not surface cleaning that part of the sidewalk, just on the inside of these planter boxes. I guess there's like, the county owns the sidewalks and they don't want to do it. So anyway, but what we're doing is we're kind of free spraying all the walls and surface cleaning the awnings with these little 12-inch Mossmatic non-reclaimed surface cleaner. All the water's just hitting the ground and running, but we got catch basins out on the street. This is why we got to do this in Bellevue. Drains to Maidenbower Bay. That's why they don't want wash water going down the storm drains. All these along the street, these are going to get blocked up later. What we're doing is we're going to be free spraying the walls, and then we're going to switch over and vac surf the ground here so we won't have water running off. But let's go walk down to where the Vacuuboom is set up. Surface clean these awnings and the walls. This paint's just in really bad shape, but I think they're getting ready to sell the building or getting ready to paint it or something. There's Kyle. Say hi, Kyle. Yeah. Got Tyler here. There's a bunch of water hitting the ground here. So let me show you how we're catching this shit. This is Russell. It's our main guy. Russell pretty much runs the crew. We got a duck bill. Nice bill of water just kind of running down here. And hit the Vacuuboom. Look down here. This thing's kind of stuck to the ground. It's like stuck. And there's like air getting sucked in right there. So you see, everything on the other side of the boom is dry. There's a little bit of overspray. It came off of the awnings when I was doing the awnings, but a little bit over there. But this is it. This is one of the ways we do it. So we got two vacuum lines. One of them's coming off to the duck bill, and the other one is coming to the Vacuuboom. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. Hey guys. Hey, I thought I would share a little bit more about that job that we came from. That job in Bellevue where we were showing you what the Vacuuboom was doing. You know, I bid that job back in February. And back in February, you know, I was worried about this year. And I basically purposefully underbid that job a little bit because I had after talking with the people, the property managers that are super cool. It's never actually worked for those specific individuals, but we've done a fair bit of work for the property management company that they work for. But really nice people, down to earth, very practical, very cooperative, and I really appreciate that when I'm dealing with my customers. And I had the intuitive kind of just gut feeling that if I just went and bid that for what I normally would, that we probably would wind up not doing it. It would just be a little bit too much because, you know, the apartment communities and a lot of these mixed residential, you know, buildings that are like, you know, residents on top, retail on the bottom, those property owners, you know, beyond even the property management company, the owners, which I almost never interact with, those guys are all hurting right now, especially this year. A lot of people not paying rent. You know, even in a place like Bellevue, there's quite a bit of retail workers. You know, Bellevue's mostly tech. It's like Microsoft, Amazon, you know, Valve, Steam, Travelocity, all that shit's over there. There's a fair bit of money. The economy's not, you know, like gonna tip over or anything like that, but there's a fair bit of pain, going through the property management companies right now because the owners are like backed up on their mortgages. These guys are, multi-gazillionaires, but they buy these properties in bulk and they're trading them like playing cards. They might own a building for a couple of years before they turn around and sell it. But, these guys, it's all banking and loans, and I don't know, maybe somebody, one of the property managers I was talking to there back in February, maybe they said something offhand that kind of like got my radar up. But basically I felt like, there's a good chance we might not do this job. And I knew what the situation on the ground was. It's really difficult for reclamation because it's like on a hill. The sidewalks just run off into the street. And if you got a company that doesn't know what they're doing, what would happen is they'd go pressure wash out there. And the city of Bellevue people are like Johnny on the spot. So there's going to be probably at some point today, there'll be an inspector out there just eyeballing things. And they'll probably be like, wow, who are you guys? That happens to us a lot. These stormwater inspectors come find us. We haven't met them before. And they'll be like, we were going to come shut you down, but never mind, you guys are doing everything right. So keep doing what you're doing. And that's awesome. But it costs more money. It's hard to do. We have to have like way more people on a job like that than you probably would normally put on that if you were just able to free spray the whole thing and not worry about where the wash water's going. So I kind of basically purposefully what I thought was going to be underbidding this. But, I was out there this morning. I don't like my guys getting up, above 10 feet or even on a ladder. I just don't like doing that. I let Tyler do it because Tyler's a full-time rock climber. He's good. I don't really worry about him, but I don't want my other employees, doing that. So I go, every time we do something like that, I'll just go jump up on the awnings and surface clean because I'm the company owner. I'm not, I don't file for workers' compensation. If I fuck myself up, that's on me. Other companies aren't going to have to pay for that in the form of like, actuarial tables for the insurance companies or the state insurance company with L&I getting upgraded. And, I don't want to contribute to the industry, paying more insurance because some asshole has his employees getting up on ladders when he shouldn't, and they're falling off and breaking their backs and not walking anymore. It's really dangerous. We basically have a standing policy in my company. We don't let people get on ladders over 10 feet. If we can't do it with a hydraulic scissor lift or a boom lift, we just won't do it. I will not let my people get on ladders. Just too dangerous. My brother used to work for a roofing company, and like the owner's son is paralyzed, doesn't walk anymore. He fell through a skylight. It's just too many guys don't walk anymore because they fell off a ladder. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it for $30 an hour or, for even $40 an hour, maybe 60, even prevailing wages. It's just not worth it. It'd be one thing if it was like a ton of money they could make, and it might be, this a decision they could make to maybe take on that risk, but your ability to walk isn't worth any amount of money. So we just don't let guys get on ladders. I'll bid it with scissor lifts and be totally happy to let that job go and let somebody else do it cheap and let them do it that way. I won't do that. But I bid this job light, but after we got going today, we went out and just smashed these awnings really fast. These glass awnings, they're load bearing. We could just get up and walk around on them. Not too high off the ground. The job's well in hand. I basically, after when I was bidding it, I was thinking, yeah, it's probably 2.5 days. And when I came back and looked at it like a couple months later, when the bid got approved, I was like, I better go out and refresh my memory. I went out and looked at it again. And I was like, God damn, we might be here like 3 days, 3.5 days. This is going to be difficult. By 1:30 p.m., the place is a zoo with all the retail, and people are going to be tripping on hoses if I'm not really careful. And we're not really careful, but it's going really well. We're like basically way ahead of schedule. And, I really have my guys to thank for that, and the reason why I underbid it was because I thought that I was underbidding it was because I really want my guys to stay employed. I want them to keep getting their hours. And if the company needs to sacrifice some profit in order to make that happen, I think that's important, so it's like, even like when we pay our bills and ARRs, there's like a priority. It's like paychecks first, rent second, then this insurance bill, that power bill, whatever. It's like I prioritize stuff, but paychecks always come first. And other creditors, they can get in line and wait if we don't have money to pay on time. We don't really have so much of those problems anymore. But these guys are awesome. My guys are just awesome. I couldn't be more grateful because we're like picking up time, and because of the quality of our employees, I think they're going to wind up reeling this job back in from my kind of rolling the dice with putting a bid out there. It was probably a little low. We wouldn't lose money on it, but we just wouldn't really be making money. But that for me as a business owner, And with employees, you know, these guys have families, and, you know, they've entrusted their livelihood to my decision making. It's like the onus is on me to make sure these guys stay employed and get work. So, but I'm really grateful that these guys, it looks like they're going to pull this out of a hat and kind of save this job for us, just because they're awesome. It's a really good day, man. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. As long as we don't have an accident out there, you know, we got anti-trip devices over the hoses, but it's a giant commercial retail spot. There's just going to be people. There's no way around it. But, you know, feeling really grateful. And, yeah, hats off to my guys. They're awesome. All right, guys, take care.